Yo, shalom, shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Yahushua. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 11. It says, the discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. It says this. It says the discretion of a man deferreth his anger. So when you go into the word discretion, right? The word discretion goes back to you having, the common knowledge, you having good sense about, decisions. You know, think of somebody transgressing you. What's the first thing Jake do? What's the first thing Jake been taught? Don't let nobody disrespect you. Don't let nobody play with you. Don't let nobody do this. Don't let nobody do that. But all the niggas who did that by example, look where they at. And look where you are, being thankful that you're not in the prisons with them niggas going crazy. Them niggas got the biggest porn demons on them to the point where they don't even care if it's a man or a woman no more. You know what I'm saying? They depressed, oppressed, and suppressed. They don't have no voice. No, they don't have no voice for them. They don't have anything like that, man. Those are the kind of people that did not use discretion in the decisions that they made. Like mainly them niggas that be in Chicago. I was watching a video. They call him OG John. Light skinned dude with dreads, where he killed that dude just because he asked his girl did she want to buy some weed. He walked up to him and knocked him off on camera just to prove a point. What did you prove? He had no discretion. And guess what? I think that man was like 45 years old. And that goes back to the what Job told us. It's the spirit of, the Lord that gives them the understanding. That man didn't have no discretion, therefore will he spend the rest of his life. And there's a lot of people like that. They're gonna spend, I got cousins and family, best friends. I'll never see some of my best friends again. Like face to face, actually, chilling with them, having a good time, going out to a bar with them, anything. I'll never get to do that again because they simply didn't use discretion. They thought it was hard, or they thought they was cool to take the gun out their pocket and murder somebody, or even getting robbed. Like, bro, let them have that shit. You using your discretion, you understanding your discretion is your good sense. That, bro, everybody don't win in the court system. It ain't always self-defense. I'm not saying let somebody, kill you. I'm not saying let somebody do harm to you, because then you have no choice. That's survival mode. That's what it's about. But somebody just robbing you for a chain that you got money or, man, we don't always win in court, man. So that's using good common sense. That's using discretion. But it tells us the discretion of a man will defer his anger. And Paul even spoke about, it's okay to be angry, but sin not. That's using the Proverbs. That's using discretion. Right? Just because you're angry, you got to understand, just because I'm angry, I can't let my emotions make all the decisions for me. And a lot of people fell at that. There's a lot of niggas that ain't in the truth because of that. They was not using discretion. That's just that simple, man. But it also says, I want to go to the definition of discretion because that's how I want to do these proverbs. So when you deal with the word discretion, it says discretion. See, 13th century, discretion. That's the root word, discretion. Ability to perceive and understand. Moral discernment. Ability to distinguish right from wrong. So it goes into the justice also. The ability to understand when you're right and when you're wrong, right? When it comes to being angry. Everything don't deserve an attitude or being angry about it. Everything don't deserve that. Shit happens. But a lot of people, when shit ain't going their way, they get to breaking shit. They get to doing all kind of shit that's going to set them back. I got friends, family, I got real close relatives, real close. When they get angry, all you hear is, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. That's a person that has no discretion. And it's just a matter of time before they fall. Just a matter of time. And a lot of the times it tell you in Sirach, I don't want to be too long on these proverbs, but it tell you in Sirach that uh, travel not in a way with a bold fellow. Somebody that's bold enough to not have any good sense of humor. I mean, not sense of humor, some good sense to understand right from wrong. Like a nigga, he'll go off the emotion of just getting embarrassed, getting humiliated in a situation, and he'll take somebody's life, right? Or he'll rob somebody, or he'll take some, or he'll hurt somebody else's spirit, you know, in public or whatever. He'll just get over on somebody in order for himself to not get humiliated. It's a lot of this shit in the world right now. A lot of it. And all of it, they're not using discretion. They're not having that good sense. It's niggas in prison right now that's explaining to you. He was young as hell. I think he was like 19, 20. And I've never heard nobody in prison say something like this. He said, 5 minutes of my life cost me 20 years of my life. 5 minutes of my life cost me 20 years of my life. All because he didn't use discretion. But guess what? He has no choice but to sit in there and use discretion. He got to think about everything he did. He ain't got a choice, and he regrets it. So these are the kind of things, that's good sense. You know, you learning from situations like that. Having good sense, understanding like, nigga, that's not doing nothing. Like, because people try to hurt your feelings, and next thing you know, you punch them in their face. You know, now you don't feel so humiliated. Now, look, you know, you thinking in your head, nigga, look at you now. A lot of that shit ain't even worth it, dude. That shit is not worth it. And that's part of having discretion. It says prudence. It says regarding one's conduct, discernment, power to make distinctions. So power, you having power to make distinctions, to discern between things. Because like, bro, sometimes you gotta think for other people. You know, sometimes somebody will get so mad, and you gotta be like, they get so mad and they'll call you a bitch. Let's say that. Like, bitch ass nigga. And you gotta think in your head, did he mean to say that? You know what I'm saying? You gotta think, bro, he said that out of anger. I'm sure he's gonna feel bad about it later. This is part of transforming your Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's part of that. Instead of us just thinking negative all the time, man. You know, some people, they make decisions off of emotions, and then they come back and apologize to you later. Some people don't have the opportunity because somebody did something out of emotions and somebody reacts, and they will never be friends anymore. So you actually thinking for somebody too makes you even wiser. All praises to the Most High that we have these proverbs to explain stuff like this to us, because we need it, man. We are broken people, very broken people. We don't have anything, man. We don't got no moral conduct. We don't got nothing to actually govern us, man. We really don't. So it says the sense of power to decide or judge, power of acting according to one's own judgment. So, you know the term in the world, for every action, there's a reaction. But it don't have to be like that. And that's like what Yahweh Shah was going through about turning the other cheek. And it's not like Yahweh Shah not teaching let somebody just beat your ass, man. He's teaching, bro, you don't always gotta seek revenge. Like sometimes, bro, you gotta let the Lord deal with it. That's just the truth, man. Sometimes you gotta let Yahweh judge. He can judge far more greater than we can. And or for conscience sake, we'll be in a better place knowing that you didn't seek revenge on somebody. They know you believe in God, man. They understand that. And they gonna understand why they get punished when it's time for them to get punished. And they gonna understand how crucial it is. And they also gonna understand Or they're going to wish that you probably just socked them in the jaw instead of what they're going through that the Lord put them through. Right? So let me read it in other translations. So I read it in the KJV. It says in the NLT, sensible people control their tempers. So a part of your life, especially in this society we live in today, is about controlling your temper, being angry but sinning not. You're gonna get angry. There is something called righteous anger. You have different levels of angers. Different things we channel anger to. Some people, they just can't rule their spirit at all. They just get mad at the dumbest shit. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. Well, it's time for me to go then. If you don't give a fuck, it's time for me to go. That's me using good sense. Well, I'm out. If you don't care about shit, I'm out. You don't need my help. Because you ain't gonna do nothing but take me down with you. That's having good sense. It's so much you can get out of this one verse, let alone the rest of the Proverbs. But yeah, it says the discretion of a man will defer his anger. And it also said in the NLT, sensible people control their temper. They earn respect by overlooking wrongs. That's a respectable person. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's respectable to the person that you overlook the transgression of. You know what I'm saying? You're like, bro, you could have, a brother sinned against you. He coming to apologize to you, and he like, bro, you could have did anything, and you would have been in the right if you would have put your hands on me. But you didn't. And you're gonna earn more honor, more respect. And that's what we want. We want to be known as honorable people. Getting tired of living these wicked ass lives, trying to live up to, society today, man. It's just like whoever can be the most evilest, that's who the hardest. That's the so-called heroes. Whoever can be the evilest. Some of us are tired of that life, man. Right? So I'm gonna go down. It says, and amplify, good sense and discretion make a man slow to anger, and it is his honor and glory to overlook a transgression or an offense. So a lot of times, brothers be quick to tell you that you offended them, but they don't be quick to overlook a transgression. And I have brothers do it to me where I would offend them by saying something to them, and they would use it and try to butcher me with it. Like that's all they talk about. And I'm no longer a good brother. They didn't exercise the Proverbs of just overlooking it. Nah, they used it as a weapon against me. People do that, and that's okay. That's why it's best to let the Lord deal with it. Because we all gonna we're gonna cause offenses. But the scriptures tell us to offend less. That's what we need to be doing. So it says, without seeking revenge and harboring resentment. You see that? That's what Yahweh Shah was talking about when he said turn the other cheek. Not seeking revenge all the damn time. That's all Jake wants is revenge. I'm going to get my lick back. That's all you hear Jake say. I'm going to get my lick back instead of overlooking a transgression. Bro, if something was an accident, it was an accident. Simply by niggas in the club and you step on this nigga's shoe. It's dark in here. And he'll push you, bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga, get off my shoes, nigga. Hell no, nigga. You about to pay for this? And this nigga like tapping your pockets. You about to pay for this, nigga? What you got? Instead of just overlooking the transgressor offense. And just be like, nah, bro, it's all good, bro. It's dark in here. I know you didn't mean it. That's the kind of moral conduct our people don't have. The respect they don't have. Our people don't got it. And this is what made the prophets and apostles so angry. And it made the Lord angry. Yahweh and Yahweh Shah angry. And that's why he's going to judge our people, because the Bible talk about our people not having righteous judgment. We judge for reward and briberies and blood, got innocent blood on our hands and all this extra dumb stuff, man. That's all the people known for. But, we the product of Esau, man. Gotta throw that in there. We're the product of the white man. Truth be told. But man, honestly, I want to leave it at that so that I don't get burnt out on doing these proverbs. Lord willing, you got something out of this proverb. Proverbs 19:11. I read it one more time. It says, "The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression." It is okay to overlook offenses that's caused to you. It's okay, man. And it's the wisest thing you can do because it's in the book of Proverbs. So meditate on that and, you know, apply it in your life. See how it works. See how good it is for you. Go from there, man. And maybe you can do a lesson and teach somebody the same thing and give them the experience behind it, which I want.